Yeah, man. What's good? It's your boy. Give it up 100 back in the building, man. I'm about to drop this part two. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, man. So, this problem right here is permanent, alright? This is a permanent, never going away type of problem because the runners of America wants it to be exactly like that. You know, the rulers of America. This is exactly how they want it to be. They don't want us around each other. They don't want us to socialize how God meant for us to socialize. This is a problem for them. All right? They want us exactly how they got us. Divisive, divided, and I'm on my own shit. You on your own shit. Like that. Divide and conquer. This is how they stay in power. You know what I mean? So, this problem, like I said, is absolutely going to be permanent. You know what I mean? Another 10 years from now, I don't expect anything different. Because when you look at the fact that COVID was only out here for one single purpose, you know what I mean? And that purpose was to be resulted in what it ended up resulting in. Us being divided, us being away from each other. You know what I'm saying? That was the plan and that was the result they were looking for. And they got exactly what they were looking for. You know what I mean? Because us as people, us as society, you know what I'm saying, we move in this sheep-like form. Most of us. Not all. Most of us move like sheeps. You know what I'm saying? So they got a lot of us to do exactly what they wanted us to do, which is divide and have this great reason of why we are divided, when in all reality is nothing but bullshit that they put in place to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? All of these big cities is still dead. Your Chicago, your Los Angeles, you know, these cities are, you know, if you don't go there prime time hours like rush hour when people are getting out of work, you're not going to see a lot of people moving around. You know what I mean? And these are places that used to be, you know, jam-packed with traffic. Like these are some of your heavy populated areas. Like Chicago population right now, I think is 2 point something million, 2.6 million. You know what I mean? And if you check out just the regular, you know, downtown and, you know, places for walking areas and things like that, not too much foot traffic. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for people that are made for the outdoors, I know they notice it a lot. For the ones that drive around all day, you got this to go to and that to go to, you might not notice it because your focus is on traffic. But for people that's outside all day, like a lot, people that, you know, go for hiking, walking, they notice this. They notice the crease in seeing people outside. You know what I'm saying? The deficit in seeing people outside. I know they see it. Life right now, society right now, is looking like the first 5 minutes of 28 Days Later. That movie that came out like 2003. Society right now is looking just like the first 5 minutes of that, or the majority of that movie. Because that movie was about that dude that woke up in a hospital and realized that he was like the last fucking person in the world, right? Or at least what he thought. Because afterwards, you know, he started to meet other people. But it was like a apocalyptic, you know, Resident Evil type of shit where zombies took over the world and you know, slaughtered everybody. And they were like the only few that made it. But that's what this real world is missing, is the zombies. But the fact that you don't see people outside, it's the same thing. And you start to wonder, like, yo, where's everybody at? You know what I'm saying? Like, the house and the internet cannot be that addictive to the point where it changes what society looks like. I can see people being addicted to anything, but for the look of society to change as a result of that, that's kind of mind blowing. That shows the power of technology. You know what I'm saying? And with AI, dominating the globe right now, we can only say, man, the good old days are done. We are in some dark times right now, and the best thing we could do when you're in darkness, you got to find light. That's God. That's why I talk about God so much, because without God, it ain't no direction. It ain't no purpose to none of this. Because men want control in every form of way, in every type of way. Man wants control over everything. And they sell you the illusion of freedom, telling you that you're free and you have the choice of, you ain't got no choice. And you're definitely not free. Because if you was free, you wouldn't have to follow nobody's orders. You know what I'm saying? All we do is follow their orders. We don't even have our own way of doing anything. A lot of us is going to our grave never getting a chance to know who we really are. And that's sad. A lot of us are going to the grave never going to know who we truly was. Because society doesn't allow you to know who you are. They tell you who you are. They slap a name on you. They tell you what's popular, how to dress, what music is popular, what music is good to listen to, this and that. They give you your whole identity. You're never free. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just looking at, sometimes, you're driving around and you're looking and you're seeing like, how beautiful the city is to itself without people. You know what I mean? And you appreciate that. But then you just know, like, with people, it can only make it better, make the community look better. You know what I mean? Make downtown look better. These places that people frequent a lot, the more people are there, the more healthier it looks. People are life. You put life around things, things look more things look more lively. You know what I'm saying? That's what people provide, is the life into things. But just looking at some of these places, you know what I mean? The layout of a lot of these cities are beautiful. But when you lack people, it's never a good look. It's never a good look. I think down south, eventually in probably the next 10 years, is gonna be like what New York is right now, or what New York been, you know what I mean, which is like the star state of America. I think it's gonna be down south at some point, because that's where the traffic is heading. That's where everybody's heading. It's down south. Somewhere down south. If Florida get a little bit cheaper, Florida will be the place that everybody want to go to again, like how they used to. But now it's like more like, North Carolina, South Carolina. But yeah, I think the South is going to be the place, because, you know about the traffic in Atlanta already, because a lot of people from up north is in Atlanta. Atlanta is like a overpopulated state, if that's such a thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's really sad when you walk in a whole mile stretch and you like the only person outside. It's the only thing that's moving is cars passing you. No girls passing you to look at. No kids playing outside. You know what I mean? No old people are not even chilling on their porch, reading or looking. None of that. It's just like a world of your own. Like, have this world to your own. You're the only one that exists. You know what I mean? That can't be a good look. That cannot be a good look, man. Can't be. If that thing that the world gets Wi-Fi from turns off, that's the only way to get people back outside. Wi-Fi, like the world's Wi-Fi, got to turn off. You get motherfuckers to run their ass back outside, because then you would really have nothing. Because nowadays everything goes with the Wi-Fi. So they turn that Wi-Fi off. You have to run. You have to come outside. That's how you get people back outside, man. You know what I mean? That's why people of the past appreciated outside, because they didn't have technology. If they had technology, it would have been the same problem. They wouldn't care to go outside either. They would sit right there on their iPhone, on their S25s, whatever, on their tablets, on their big smart TV all day. I don't see the difference. People are people. It will be the same thing happening. It's just a good damn thing. Technology, it's not a good thing, because I don't like what technology is, but I like that technology came in at a certain point. Let's put it like that. I'm glad it wasn't a part of my whole life. You know what I mean? But if technology was out in the 80s, if technology, what it is now, was in the 80s, the world would have been moving the same way. People would have been moving the same way. There wouldn't be no people outside like that shopping for Christmas, shopping at Kmart and all these places. Nah. They would have done online shopping, all of this virtual bullshit. That's how the world would have been moving. You know what I mean? So a lot of people got lucky. Technology wasn't what it is now then. Just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I mean, do I see this problem ever going away? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because the people that put it there, the people that caused it to be what it is, meant every bit of it. They meant exactly what's going on. The dividedness within society is exactly what they wanted, because that gives them more power. Keep them in power, gives them more control, keep them in control. And this is what these people live for. So I don't see nothing to ever change. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Power don't go from one person to another. It just gets passed down. That's all it does. They pass that shit down in their family. You know what I'm saying? They don't give power away. It's never going to change. I said this just recently, and I believe every bit of what I said. The world is not getting any better. Everything is getting worse. Everything is getting worse. Things is raising on a rapid scale. Everything is getting expensive, and they're not making it easier for you to afford it. That's a big ass problem right there. Rent, everything is getting worse. But your situation doesn't get any better in order for you to be able to match that and handle your business. It's just getting heavy on you. That's it. You know what I mean? It's just getting worse on you. It's never gonna get better. It's never, man. You gotta almost get comfortable and get acquainted with the darkness that the world has turned into. Because the days of just beautiful summers, like I was talking about how summertimes, you know what I'm saying, how certain years of the past seem so bright versus nowadays, and how we'll never get those days back, because all of the shit they spraying in the sky and all that, what the fuck is that for? Nobody's explaining that. That doesn't ever make the news, so they definitely don't want us to know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? We'll never see the light of life like we used to. We'll never see it again. We're just heading down in this tunnel, this dark tunnel, straight for hell. We're gonna get to hell. This world is heading straight to hell. You know what I mean? Just look around. The music, it's like they want to embrace sadness more than anything. They want to be sad. They want to be in a dark place. And some of them, a lot of them, want to hail Satan. None of them thinks it's cool to hail God, to praise God in their music. None of them. None of them. unless they Christian rap. The average mainstream rapper don't want God to have nothing to do with his music. We'll never get those days back where life was so bright and so like flourishing, like with so many things, so many activities and good things. We'll never get that back. This is what we got forever. Loneliness. I could make a whole video about loneliness. But loneliness, depression, regret, definitely not hopeful, because nobody's looking forward to the future. Let's keep it real. What is there to look forward to? More stress, more worry, more technology, more AI, more, things that's out of your control, that man is controlling. What is there to look forward to in the future? But loneliness is big in this era that we're living in. That's why people ain't outside like that. It was meant to be exactly that. America has over 300 and something million people. But you got states like Oklahoma, Jacksonville, Mississippi, or Jackson, Mississippi. Just recently they said Jacksonville voted as the most boring city in America. Florida in itself is not a boring state, but there's a lot of cities, and that is subjective anyways, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? That they going off of a lot of what they see outside. If they don't see a lot of people outside from, say, 4, 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock, that's a dead place. People ain't outside like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a lot more cities just like that. It's a lot more. It's the majority of America is like that these days. We could call a lot of places the most boring if we're looking at just people that's not outside. Because definitely where I'm at, lacking people. They say my little town is like 50,000. 50,000 residents live in my town. And if you go outside any time of the day, you would never be able to tell that in any type of way. Any type of way. There's nothing outside that would prove that besides the houses. That's it. That's all you see is buildings and houses. Anyways, man. I'm going to stop the video right here, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into another one, man. You know what I mean? I just wanted to really expound a little bit more on this. I could come back and do a part 3 with some stats or whatever as far as where people are moving out of and where they're moving to and things like that. But, basically, people are doing it another way. They're not living the way they used to live. They used to just be outside. Now they ain't. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy, Give It Up 100. I'm going to see y'all soon, man. Peace.